it, Barbie. Chloe. Period I, period 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 period I, period. Got my name up in your mouth, you don't know no better. Don't forget I'm from the south, yeah, I got them headers. You watching everything I do, studying all of my moves. Wish you could do what I do. Period I, period period I, period period I, period period I, period.
Hello, litigators and opinionators. My gosh, I can't go one day without something new developing in the Bryan Kohberger case. Now, quite some weeks back, we talked about the Mad Greek and how that was the restaurant that Zana and Maddie worked at. And we were more so speculating that that could be one of the particular locations where Bryan may have encountered these young ladies and developed his psychotic obsession. Well, one of the employees has recently come out, you guys, and has alleged that Bryan came to that restaurant and ordered vegan pizza. And one of the reasons why she particularly remembered Bryan was because of his psychosis. I'm just saying, I'm just kidding. His OCD, y'all, where he's just obsessively saying, you cannot let any meat products touch my food. So this is very monumental developing information. If it is true, again, all this is alleged. We're not sure if these people are coming out just for clout to get their 15 minutes of fame, or if this is true. If it is true, it's very monumental in this case because people are searching, including the news outlets and different correspondents are searching for what led into the connections between the Idaho 4 and Bryan Kohberger. So let's read this article. Interesting information. It says Idaho 4 suspect Bryan Kohberger visited restaurant where two victims worked at least twice before the killings. And we know based upon the photos on the Mad Greek restaurant, and I'll show you those just to refresh your recollection because some people may have forgot about this, that we know that Maddie and Zana were employed there. You can see them in the photo, and this is the Mad Greek Moscow Instagram, and they said here, it is with a broken heart and deep sadness to share with you that we have lost two of our own here at Mad Greek. Zana and Maddie have been servers here for several years and brought so much joy to our restaurant and all of those they encountered. Maddie was also the face behind our social media pages. Wow, so she played a monumental role. With this incredible loss, we have shut down to process and grieve. Our deepest sympathies go out to all the friends and family, Zana, Maddie, Ethan, and Kaylee. We as a team offer our support to anyone in need in this time. Jackie and all of the Mad Greek family. You will be greatly missed. Thank you for being a part of our family and team and for helping me so much over the years until we meet again. Love, the world best boss. That's so sad. And some people wrote things here, since this tragedy, I'm wondering if our suspect's cell phone has ever pinged at this restaurant. So, well, they answered the question, allegedly. We're getting an answer from this article that one of the employees is confirming that Bryan has gone there at least twice. And I'm pretty sure authorities are going to look more into whether he went there more than twice. But according to a former employee at the Mad Greek restaurant in Moscow, Idaho, Bryan Kohberger came in at least twice to grab vegan pizza. Wow, guys, we got him locked in now. We got him locked in. In the weeks before the slayings of 4 University of Idaho students last November, the man now accused of unaliving them allegedly ate at the restaurant where 2 of the victims worked. But see, here's the timeline. You gotta look at the timeline. This former employee says that Bryan came to the restaurant in November. But however, guys, Bryan started this stalking campaign back in August. So either there needs to be some type of connection to him going to this restaurant back in August, and if not, If it's just showing that he first came to this restaurant in November, that tells me that he was searching and stalking these people online to figure out where they were working and started going to their jobs. It might have been a part of his stalking habits. That could be one of the theories, because this employee is only saying that she saw him in November, and by then he already was well into his phases of stalking these poor individuals. So my question is, this employee only saw him back in November, but I wonder if he came to that restaurant previously when he first came to Washington. I mean, it's not far-fetched that he would have come before November, because that is one of the first restaurants that pop up when you do a Google search for vegan options or vegan restaurants. Although this isn't a completely vegan restaurant, they have vegan options. But this witness is saying he or she saw him there back in November, well after he had this obsession. The man now accused of unaliving them allegedly ate at the restaurant where two of the victims worked. According to a former employee at the Mad Greek restaurant in Moscow, Idaho, Bryan Kohberger came in at least twice to grab vegan pizza. Wow, guys, they got him linked into vegan. Now we have him in that restaurant. That was the one thing we needed, is confirmation. Two of the victims, Madison Mogan and Zana Kernodle, were servers at the restaurant. He might have already seen these women face to face. It's unclear if either woman ever waited on Kohberger or if they even interacted, but People confirms that a now deleted account that appeared to belong to Kohberger once followed both Mogan and Kernodle on Instagram, along with the third female murder victim, Kaylee Consalves. So he knew about these three girls, guys. He knew about all three of them. It's starting to make me wonder, was he stalking all three? Did he have this all planned out that he specifically wanted to annihilate these three? Because he was following all three of these girls. That's very interesting. Very, like that. That's, even though we've already known that, but I'm just putting the pieces together with the fact that now this former employee is confirming that Bryan ate at the restaurant 2 times already, back in November. People have also confirmed via an investigator familiar with the case that law enforcement is aware of the restaurant visits. Wow, guys. Law enforcement is aware of the restaurant visits. Wow. And that investigators have interviewed employees and owners of the Mad Greek. Wow, guys. They are finding out what this connection is. This is getting deep. Because these investigators, they're going to know a lot more than this employee knows. Because, of course, the employee only works certain scheduled days. So she's not aware of Bryan going, maybe Bryan had come to that restaurant on previous days or previous months that she may not have been working. So the investigators are going to have a full-fledged list of times Bryan has come to this restaurant. And now it's starting to look more like he encountered these girls at the restaurant, and that's where his obsession came. Wow, this is crazy. So the investigators are already on it, guys. They have already interviewed the owner and the other employees. Wow. Now I'm wondering too if they can subpoena any of the times he came there, to subpoena the receipts, get all the receipts that evidence the days and times he's gone there, and to see and match it up with whether Maddie and Zana were there at the same times and could have possibly been his waiter. I think they're going to be doing that too. They have also collected surveillance video from the restaurant and surrounding businesses, guys. They're going to have him on camera going there, eating there, and also they'll have the footage of whether Zana or Maddie waited on him. My gosh, guys, this is getting more and more deep. We're really starting to see where his obsession developed. Now it's starting to see like maybe he did have an obsession with one of these girls, Zana or Maddie. I was always focused on Kaylee, but I guess we got to leave the theory open that it could be one of these girls. You could easily be. But the question I still have is, why was Kaylee the one that had the most injuries? That's still a question. That's a question I have, guys. I'm wondering, because he had been stalking them, right? So what if he just wanted to follow all these girls, figure out their connections, and then stalk them at their jobs too? This is getting deep, guys. Oh my gosh. Wow. The former employee tells people that there was nothing suspicious about Kohberger's visits to the Mad Greek and that he only stood out because he had a particular order. A strict vegan, Kohberger would check to make sure that his food had not come into contact with animal products. Okay, and that sounds familiar, guys. Remember, he's OCD when it comes to his veganism. His in particular, his aunts have come out and said that he's very OCD. He was similar in that he would make his family throw out pots and pans that had previously been cooked with meat. So this is consistent with what family members have said about him, saying he doesn't want his food to come in contact with animal products. Pretty significant, guys. See, more than a month later, authorities arrested Kohberger. And let's see if they have anything else. According to the probable cause affidavit obtained by People, one of the surviving roommates said she saw the killer. The roommate described a figure clad in black clothing and a mask who walked past her. The affidavit also alleged that Kohberger was linked to the crime scene from DNA and cell phone pings. Authorities have not publicly disclosed a suspect motive in the killings. His next hearing is June 26th. And this is just, guys, this is very monumental, though, that they actually can link him now to the Mad Greek restaurant. This is very monumental. What do you guys think this tells us about the case and the connection? Do you think Bryan has come to this restaurant even before November? Hi, Arissa Bay, and hi, Crystal Hargensen. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think about this. This is some developing information. I think it's pretty significant in the fact that the law enforcement has gone to that restaurant to interview the supervisor and the employees. It's really, they're starting to develop the connections and the ties. I also assume that more than likely the prosecutor already knows the motive by now. Based upon all the evidence that she has, she knows all of the motive by now, guys. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and take care and be polite in the chat. Remember to litigate your case with dignity and grace, which means to be kind and caring and diplomatic in the comment section. And please do not reference any other YouTubers in the comment section. Take care and have a wonderful night.